Hello everybody, my name is Gysie and welcome to the very first episode of Lockdown Sit-Downs with Gysie. In light of the recent worldwide pandemic, COVID-19, we are unable to go about our lives as normal. However, Lockdown Sit-Downs with Gysie is aimed to bring you the best content in the comfort of your own home. This virtual reality talk show will see the likes of your very well-known personalities all across South Africa share their stories and a bit about themselves. This show is not only aimed to bring you entertainment and laughter, but it's also aimed to give you the story behind the person. Lockdown Sit-Downs with Gysie is about to blow your mind. After the amazing feedback and interest in the show, we could simply not decide who our first guest should be. Well, let us not keep you any longer. Our first guest joining us today on Lockdown Sit-Downs with Gysie is none other than my personal friend, Craig Lucas. Now, Craig Lucas was born in Cape Town, South Africa, in a place called Altus River. Craig Lucas won the hearts of South Africa and people all over the world when he won The Voice South Africa Season 2. Now, Craig and I know each other for quite some time now, but my relationship with Craig Lucas started when I became his backing vocalist a few years ago. Craig has not only taught me a great deal about life, but he's also taught me a great deal about music unconsciously. Now, I know quite a lot about Mr. Lucas, but our viewers at home don't. So, I was thinking, let's not get straight into the singing part of Craig Lucas. Let's try and get to know the man behind the golden voice. Craig Lucas, welcome to Lockdown Sit-Downs with Gysie. We are so happy to have you. Let's get right into it. Where did it all begin for you in the music industry?
My journey in music really began when I entered and won The Voice South Africa. I've got my little trophy over here, which very funny story. On the night that I'd won, I was obviously in a bit of a celebratory mood. I got really drunk and I broke my trophy on the very first day. I worried that might have been like a bad sign or omen, but it hasn't been because I've been doing really well.
Hold up! Did you just break your damn trophy?
But yeah, I mentioned that I had really bad performance anxiety, so I didn't really sing at all. I did, however, enter an open mic night just prior to The Voice, and somebody saw me sing there and they got me on Espresso, and that all happened around the same time though. But yeah, I entered The Voice, didn't really think I was gonna win. So every week that I lasted a little longer on the show, I was very surprised. But I was obviously very thankful and happy, and I was there to learn. That's why I entered. I wanted to get better. I wanted to get over my stage fright. And you get so much help on the show. You've got vocal coaches and stage directors, and you're surrounded by a whole lot of very talented musicians. And so it is just an amazing space to learn as much as you can, and that's why I went. And so every week that I stayed on was just another week where I got to learn some more. And I ended up winning, which was amazing, but my learning didn't stop there. I feel like I really struggled in the first year after The Voice, again, because I'd not had any experience, and the show exists in a bit of a bubble because everything happens there. You wake up, you've got schedules, they tell you what to sing. You have got a say in what you sing, but there are people suggesting songs, and they're telling you where to stand and how to move and what to wear. And so once you leave the show, it's actually very hard, especially for someone who'd not worked as a musician before. So I feel like my learning didn't stop there. My learning has continued up until now. I feel like I've made really big mistakes, but I've learned a lot of very big lessons that I am happy and grateful for. So the learning continues, and I am just really, really happy that because of The Voice, I now get to do what I love. It's very hard for somebody, one with no experience, but also somebody who doesn't know anybody in the industry like I did, to get a chance to have your voice heard. I know that it's hard. I know people are still struggling with that. There are so many very talented musicians waiting for the big break, and if you don't have any connections, it can be rather tough. I remember writing my songs because I was always just going to be a songwriter. Then I figured if I can't sing, I'm still going to write songs because I really, really love writing songs. And I'd send songs to artists whose numbers I got by friends of friends who knew people. and people just blue tick me. No,
Now, some of you are worried about the fact that someone didn't text you back. Well, somebody blue ticked Craig Lucas.
one kid, and a lot of the songs made it onto my album and did really well. So I am very grateful to The Voice for giving me an opportunity I don't think I would have had otherwise, or would have taken me a much longer time to have gotten.
Now, Craig, I know that this is probably a very weird question, but if the world was ending tomorrow, what would be the last thing you do?
If the world was ending tomorrow, the last thing I'd do is probably just be with all the people I love, spend time with them, say goodbye. Yeah, I can't think of anything else or anywhere else I'd rather be than be surrounded by friends and family and loved ones.
So we all know what a phenomenal songwriter you are. So please tell us, how important is songwriting to you?
I think songwriting is incredibly important. It's my biggest passion. It's the thing I love to do the most. It's so strange for me because the way I view songwriting and why it's such a trip for me is I always whenever I write a song, especially, I'm like, I don't know where it comes from. It's created in my mind or whatever, but I feel like it comes from a very different place. I feel like the power of creativity is not something I create. It's something that comes from somewhere greater than me. And so we sit and I write songs, and we then record it, and it becomes a physical thing. And it's so crazy for me that I have the power to create something out of nothing, to turn something from my mind or something, into a physical thing that exists in the world. Like, I gave birth to something that's gonna stay behind, even when I'm gone. It's so crazy. I think I'm probably sound a little dramatic, but that is just how I view it, and I think I'm so lucky and so blessed that I get to do that. And I think it's very important to write songs because, one, you get to tell your story, you get to express what you're going through, but you also get to help people who are going through similar things. And I've learned through the music I make that we all are so similar. We all go through so much of the same things. And you want to leave something behind. You don't want to be singing other people's songs for the rest of your life. At least I don't. So I think it is extremely important. It allows you to give people a different perspective. It allows you to tell stories of where you come from. So I think it's incredibly important. I think people need to place a little more importance on songwriting, on the craft. It's something I value very dearly. I'm so pedantic when I write songs. It can take up to months. I could spend an entire day on one line making sure that it is absolutely perfect. It's something I put a lot of pride in, and I'm really happy that the people who listen to my music pick up on that and appreciate that, because I really do put a lot of hard work into it. But yeah, I think it's incredibly important if that's what you want. If you want to be an artist, if you want to make music, if you want to drop albums, I think it's important to focus and hone your songwriting craft, to put a lot of effort into it, to not just write a song that's okay and put it out because it's done and it's fine. To always try and put in a bit more effort and make sure that it's like the best version of that song that it could be.
I think it's safe to say that there must be some crazy inspiration behind all the amazing songs that you write. Craig, please tell us, who is your biggest songwriting inspiration?
I take inspiration from a lot of different artists, but I think my favorite artist, I mentioned Amy Winehouse, for her lyrics more than anything. Like, her music is so honest, it's so raw. Her storytelling is very beautiful. It's dark, but it's poetic, and that's something that I'm drawn to. I prefer sad music. I prefer darker music than the more happy-go-lucky vibe. So I'm just really taken aback by Amy Winehouse's honesty in her songwriting. I'm so sad that she's gone and that we won't be getting any new music from her, but the music she left behind really touches me and it inspires me to want to be a better songwriter, to be a more honest songwriter. Taylor Swift, absolutely love her, one of the best pop songwriters in the world, I think. Again, also storytelling is very beautiful. She's so specific. She'll talk about being at a specific restaurant and smelling a specific smell and seeing a specific color. I love that style of songwriting. She's a great storyteller, and her music is really catchy, which is why she does as well as she does. I think a lot of people overlook how very smart Taylor Swift is, but also how incredibly talented she is. I love Lord. Again, great storyteller, very specific viewpoint, not afraid to be different. I think those would probably be top three songwriting inspirations. Lana Del Rey, I love Lord, for the reason that also their voices are so different. A lot of people always tell me I don't really sound like a lot of people, or I sound like a mix of so many people. And for the longest time, I thought that, again, maybe I'm not a very good singer because I don't really sound the same. But I found all these people like Lana Del Rey and Lord and Amy Winehouse who sound so different, but are celebrated for it, and made me feel like, cool, I'm okay. It's okay to sound a little different. People might actually just like even love you a little more because of it.
I would like to ask you a question. If you had to choose one song that you are going to sing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
If I had to choose one song to sing for the rest of my life, I want to say, go ahead and smile. But that song is way too high and really hard to sing. So I'm not going to say that one. But probably New York State of Mind by Billy Joel. It's one of my favorite songs. It's really beautiful. It's calming. It makes me feel really good to listen to and sing. It's also my go-to karaoke song. For those of you who don't know it, it goes, some folks like to get away, take a holiday from the neighborhood, hop a flight to Miami Beach or to Hollywood. I'm taking a Greyhound on the Hudson River line. I'm in a New York state of mind.
Can we just all stand to our feet and bless God for the gift of this man? We have reached the point in the show where I think we should play a game. Are you ready to play a game, Mr. Lucas? Well, this game is called Who is Most Likely To. You're going to ask the questions and answer, and I'll respond with my answer to the question. Cool. Here goes.
Who's most likely to die of something stupid? Would probably be me. I'm very clumsy. I trip over my own feet. I leave the iron on. I am the biggest klutz ever, so that would very much be me.
I definitely think Craig would be the first one to die of something stupid. Y'all don't know the half of it. He does crazy things, man. The one time at a gig, right? He literally drove and I was halfway in the car. So I feel like he's the one who's going to die of something stupid.
Who is most likely to embarrass themselves at a meet and greet? This is a little hard. I think it could be both me or Anslin. I think we've both done it before. We do a lot of shows together. We've both seen each other do it. So I think that would have to be a tie.
I think both of us will probably embarrass ourselves at a meet and greet. I'm an ambivert, which means I'm an extrovert and an introvert. And sometimes I'm outspoken and loud and bubbly, but other times I'm really, what do you call this? I'm really socially awkward. And yeah, and I think we are both socially awkward to an extent, so we definitely will embarrass each other.
Who is most likely to accidentally set the house on fire? Again, that would probably be me because I'm a big klutz. I leave the stove on, I leave the oven on, I leave the iron on. I feel like it's just a matter of time.
This one, there's no debating about it. Craig will be the first one to set the house on fire. Guys, we did a gig in Paul and in Cape Town in one day. And when we came home from the last gig, We came home to the oven that was on. He leaves the iron on, man. Who does that?
Who is most likely to die in a zombie apocalypse? Um, that's hard. I feel like everybody dies in a zombie apocalypse. Um, so I think both of us. Ansel's very useless. He can't cook. He can't really clean. Yeah, I think it would be him. I'd probably sacrifice him. Actually, I'd just be the zombies like him. He tastes nicer.
I definitely think Craig would be the first one to die in a zombie apocalypse. I mean, the guy is scared of cockroaches. What the hell is a zombie not gonna do to him?
Who's most likely to yell at the backing vocalist for not being satisfactory? I think we all know the answer to this is Anselin. If you've ever seen him at a gig, he's very passionate is the word we will use. He's very passionate about backing vocalists and backing and singing and vocals in general, where I am way more chilled about it. So Anselin for sure.
I will be the first one to shout at those backing vocalists. I'll be like, y'all better sing properly or get the hell off my stage. So we all, Craig and I, both love Yeba so much. Please go and follow Yeba. She's an amazing singer for those who have not listened to Yeba before. And she performs a song of hers called Evergreen. It was a live performance, and she stops the song and she says to a backing vocalist, I don't believe that was satisfactory. If we're gonna do this song, we're gonna do it with excellence. And if I'm off pitch, y'all better correct me. So damn right, I'll be the first one to tell you, get off.
So, who is most likely to fail mathematics? That's a hard one to answer. I think both Ans and I are very smart. I am very smart. Some of you might be surprised to hear that. I did really well in school. I was the top student. I did very well at university. I passed my honors with cum laude. That's what it's called. Distinctions. But yeah, I think both of us will probably pass. We don't just sing.
So I don't think I'm as dumb as I used to be. But I used to be really, really bad at mathematics. I think there was a year where I got 7%, guys. But I'm not there anymore. I've grown. So I don't think either of us will fail mathematics. I don't think either of us will fail mathematics. Thank you so much for playing the game with us, Craig. That was so much. What advice would you give to somebody who wants to come out but is afraid to do so?
This is a very hard question to answer. A lot of people ask me this when I did come out. I think the thing about advice and giving advice, especially in this instance, is a little hard because everybody's circumstances are different. So I wouldn't just encourage everybody to come out. I think, you don't want, especially if you're young and you're living with your parents and you know that they're not gonna be happy with you, and there's a chance they might throw you out, or there's a chance you might get abused. All those things are very important to consider, and I wouldn't just tell everybody, cool, come out, without knowing that you're going to be safe and you're going to be okay. So I think the very basic form of advice I can give, because there is going to be prejudice, I have been subjected to prejudice, it's going to happen. I think the best thing to do is to just make sure you've got at least one or two people that you trust, that you can come out to start the process, someone you can talk to about it, someone you can be yourself around. Because I think, one, you want everybody else to accept you, but you also want to make sure that you fully accept yourself. And I waited to come out until I felt like I was okay, because that makes it easier for you to withstand prejudice and hate when in your heart you've made peace with yourself, when you're happy with who you are, when you love yourself. So I think work on that, make sure that you're okay with yourself, and find one or two people that you can trust to confide in. It makes it a lot easier to know that you're not alone.
Let us talk about the challenges that you might have faced when you first came out and identified as a member of the LGBTQIA plus community.
I think prior to coming out, I was very paranoid and very scared that I'd lose a lot of work and people wouldn't listen to my music, people wouldn't care about me as an artist anymore. And I was very pleasantly surprised to find out that none of that happened. In fact, it was the opposite. People embraced me more openly. My music started doing better, started getting played more. I received so many messages of support from fans, some of who were even offended that I thought that they wouldn't want to listen to my music anymore. There haven't been any challenges really, bar obviously some people on social media with their opinions and whatever. But I don't really take that to heart. It doesn't bother me at all. But it's been overwhelmingly positive. It's also allowed me to be more open and honest in my songwriting. So it's made my songwriting a lot better, which is incredible. I get to be myself now, which is what any artist wants. I think you want to be able to be yourself. You're doing what you love, and it only feels better when you are able to be who you really are. So that's been incredible. I was very pleasantly surprised. It's been amazing.
We want to ask you one last thing. We all know that you sing amazingly, but not all of us know that you play the guitar. So I want to ask you to take out your guitar and play us your favorite song.
So my favorite song at the moment is a song by an amazing South African artist from Cape Town. And it just really speaks to what everybody's going through at the moment, having to stay at home, being on lockdown, not being able to go anywhere. It goes, young love, 16, small town, big dreams. You ripped my heart out of my sleeve. Then Anthem sings, ooh.
No, Craig, it's like this. Ooh.
Always thought about the city life, the white lines and the pretty lies, but I was so naive. And now we're out all night with people that we used to hate. Now we're the same, because getting high is overrated. Looks like nothing's changed. So let's take this home, home, home. Call an Uber, let's get antisociable. Just like when we were younger, because I'm so tired of this party, and I've been missing your body tonight. Let's take this home.
Well, there you have it, Mr. Antisociable himself, Craig Lucas. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for joining us today on Lockdown Sit-Downs with Gysie. I'm sure that everybody who has watched this video is now so much more informed of who you are as an artist and as a person, and will definitely appreciate you more. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to Lockdown Sit-Downs with Gysie. We've officially come to the end of our first episode, and we want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please stay tuned to all of our social media platforms on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, wherever you can find us. Please stay tuned for the next episode. To all of our viewers, thank you so much. And to everybody who's worked tremendously hard on making sure that this first episode airs, thank you so much. My name is Gysie. Goodbye and God bless.